In Season 2, we got to the Gibraltar Open final. We played against Mark Selby and we lost by 4 frames to 3. Today, it's Season 3. It's the Gibraltar Open final. We have a real chance for redemption, but to reverse that and win the Gibraltar Open, we have got to beat one of the toughest opponents on the World Snooker Tour. That is the Wizard of Wishaw, John Higgins. Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to one of the best times in the Snooker 19 career. It is final day. First time for a while it's been final day. Our first final since the Scottish Open earlier on in the season. And today we play in a best of 7 frames final of the Gibraltar Open against the aforementioned Wizard of Wishaw, John Higgins, for the Gibraltar Open trophy and a prize money cheque of 25,000 smackaroonies. So let's have a look at how we have got to this final. So we played 6 matches in the Gibraltar Open, all the way from the last 128. Gone from 128 players all the way now down to just the 2 of us, ourselves and John Higgins. Now, we did actually show that second match against Tepchire Anu. We went and beat Jordan Brown in the last 128 by 3 frames to 1. And I really thought we'd struggle against Anu. He's a good player and it was a tough draw to get at the last 64 stage. But in a best of 5 match, we were really strong and we beat him by 3 frames to 0. And to be honest, throughout the tournament, we have been really strong. It's been something of a breakthrough tournament on the Pro Plus aiming aid in 2 best of 7 matches against Martin Gould and against David Gilbert. Again, 2 very good players. We beat them both by 4 frames to 1. But we very nearly weren't here in the quarter-final. We took it down to a decider against Luca Brissell, and we only managed to beat him in a decider by 4 frames to 3. If that match would have swung the other way, then we wouldn't be talking about this final today. But in the semi-final, Mark Allen was really a pushover. We were in dominant form, and we beat him by 4 frames to 0. So it was our first final since the Scottish Open. Let's have a look at the season so far. So it's been a long season, and as you can see, that sort of mid-season point was probably our best of the season. I'm really proud of those first 6 tournaments. Yes, those first 6 tournaments. We didn't drop out any further out than the last 16 for those first 6 tournaments. We got to the semi-final of the China Championship, European Masters. Of course, we had that Shanghai Masters win in there as well. Immensely proud of that. And then we had a bit of a blip. We went out in the last 64 of the English Open to Mark Joyce, and we never really recovered our form until we got to the Scottish Open, and we were a finalist against Judd Trump, and of course we went and won the Scottish Open. In the Dafabet Masters, we went out to this man. It was the last time we played against John Higgins. We were hoping to get in our 3rd Dafabet Masters final in 3 years, and we actually went out against John Higgins. And after that, because we went to the Pro Plus difficulty, we have not got past the last 16 once. But of course, today we have got past that point, and for the first time since that Scottish Open, the first time this calendar year, we have got to a ranking final. So, our matchup history then against John Higgins, it looks pretty good in our favour, but we've played against him 3 times in Season 3. The record is 2-1 this year, but if you'll notice, the last time we played against John Higgins, I said about it earlier, we did lose against him in a decider by 6 frames to 5 in that Dafabet Masters semi-final. We've played against him in 1 final before in the shootout of Season 2, a tournament actually John Higgins won in Season 3 this season. It's good to note as well that John Higgins could do with this tournament win. It's the only tournament that John Higgins has succeeded in this year. Before that, his last tournament win was the Coral Tour Championship last year, so he's hanging on that Tour Championship win really for his ranking of 5th at the moment. But we've got a good record against John Higgins. We beat him in the first 4 appearances against him. A 3-0, 3-1 and 2 3-2s in there. We've been behind against John Higgins quite a few times and clawed it back. But we have lost against him twice. You can see that Portland's a classic match. But we did beat him in the International Championship last 16. We beat him in the Scottish Open last 16. That was a tournament, of course, we went on to win. But as I said, in the last appearance against him, we lost by 6 frames to 5. But without any further ado, let's get into this Gibraltar Open final. Massively excited for this. The first player to 4 frames. A little bit of a strange one, really not the most hectic of finals in terms of longevity. First to 4, it's a 7 frame match, but we're used to it. We played in a best of 7 against Mark Selby last year in the Gibraltar Open final, and we kept up with him from memory. I think sort of he'd win a frame, then we'd win a frame. It's very scrappy, and we brought it to 3 each. And I remember very well after winning that 6th frame very well and getting a good break in, that we just played a sloppy safety shot in the start of frame number 7, and that gave Mark Selby a chance. And of course, it was a chance he needed to go and lift to the Gibraltar Open. So the 2 players shake hands. Unfortunately, the age of COVID, we can't have that at the moment, but we'll let them off soon as this is Snooker 19. And here we go for the start of the Gibraltar Open final. I have to admit, playing on Pro Plus, and I never dreamed to have got to a final this early, but we played tremendously well so far this tournament, and we thoroughly deserve our opportunity to go and avenge the failure from last year. But John Higgins is a very good player. Again, we've got a good record against him, but not a player I particularly like to draw in that final. Good safety shot there from John. I was thoroughly expecting it to be one of the bigger players, one of the top two, whether it be Mark Selby or Judd Trump, that we played in this final. But both of those guys are out. Mark Selby won't be able to retain his title, and it will be a third different winner in 3 years for this tournament. Judd Trump won this tournament in Season 1, Mark Selby in Season 2, and of course it's going to be either us or John Higgins in Season 3. But a little bit of a missed opportunity for us a few shots back, not being able to get in between that brown and yellow.
He's attempting to get the white tight on the cushion.
We've overhit that one a little bit. Not going to get any solace from the yellow. But I don't think there's anything on here. I think he's just going to continue the safety battle. He might well go for this. And that's a brilliant pot. Real strong intent from John Higgins. And he's in first in this final.
Looking to pot this brown. What a tremendous pot.
Yes, he'll be very
Certainly gives us a good platform, this does. Till the end of the season. Whether we win or we're the runner-up, it's a big platform, big achievement considering how we've done in recent tournaments.
13.
And we will be playing in the Championship League after this. Whatever happens, we'll be playing in Championship League 7. And then, of course, if we win our group, I forgot this before, but if we win our group, then we will be playing in the Championship League Winners Group to try and lift that trophy. Basically, I mean, A, it's just to try and get another trophy on the cabinet, but B, it's vital experience for the two big tournaments this year, the China Open and the World Snooker Championship. We cannot avoid to take those chances. We have to take those chances this year if we want to get up the rankings, because obviously the two most important of the year for prize money, and being in the position we're in, a good China Open and a good World Snooker Championship at the Crucible, and we've got a real chance of starting to improve our ranking and putting ourselves in the best place possible to do that. Means we've done well in this tournament, and hopefully we'll do well in the Championship League. All the practice we can get, we'll certainly try and take advantage of, and we'll see how we get on. And there's the dog. Not very often you hear the dog on snooker anymore. But a break of 23 from John Higgins so far. He's certainly got in the balls. He's just deciding what to do with the black's off its spot, because the red is right on that spot and the black's gone on the yellow spot, which makes queuing for a colour a lot trickier, and obviously also makes queuing for a red a lot more difficult. But John Higgins has got brilliant experience when it comes to that, and plays that shot beautifully. We'll be looking to get this red off the black spot, and I think probably get the black back on its spot. I don't think the pink certainly doesn't pot to any pocket, does it? So, oh, he's not going to go for that red on the black spot, interestingly. Might play this blue and then try and go into the reds. Obviously, if he plays the black here, it'll go straight back on the yellow spot. He's going for the blue, no surprise there. And now he's going to play that red on the black spot.
well played.
Does he screw back from here and go for the long pot on the black? The only problem is I can't see a pot after that for him, so I wonder what he's going to do here. This is a pivotal few shots for John Higgins to break. And if he's going for the blue there, he's underdone it a little bit.
36.
He might well see a pot potentially in the pack, or a plant or something like that, but it might just be a safety from him here.
41.
Is there a pot there? Well, he certainly saw one. It wasn't so much a plant, but it was certainly a cannon off one of the reds. I don't quite think that went in clean.
Pretty straightforward.
But a very clever shot there from John Higgins. And we've not had a chance so far. I'd certainly rather play against an opponent like this, who's in good form. I'd put the rest down, Johnny. You can hit the reds in a minute. But I'd rather play against an opponent like this than play against someone like Mark Allen, who was in no form at all. And to be honest, if we'd have given him 10 chances, I just don't think he'd have done it. He wasn't in good form, but John Higgins is well pumped, it seems, for this final. And with it being such a short final, these early frames mean a lot. If John Higgins can win this one, then potentially wins the next one, then it puts us in quite an awkward position Shouldn't think that far ahead though yet. But he's doing well at the start of this match. Break of 50. Not been the cleanest break. The black's not been on the spot. That's made things a hell of a lot more difficult for him. Is he going to try and rectify that now? No, he's playing the yellow.
53.
Suppose just doesn't want to take the risk. There are 5 reds left on the table. So 68 available left. 68 available left. 68 available. Scrap the left. Huh. Just taking plenty of time over these shots, which is understandable. Completely understandable.
54.
Did I say 68 left on the table? I did, didn't I? 67 I meant.
No way back into this frame for his opponent.
And now, because he's potted the black, there's only 61 left on the table, but crucially, he's not quite closed it out.
John Higgins.
It is snookers required, and to be fair, that's a very good shot from John Higgins. Wouldn't expect anything else from him. Might as well go for a half chance here. Don't think this goes at all, but no, I don't. I think it goes. He's done well by getting it right on the bulk cushion, actually. This cue ball.
Get the cue ball safe and tight to the cushion here.
I think that red passes the yellow. That's the problem.
Well, that's not
Yeah,
worked out quite as
it does
intended.
pass the yellow, and not the best safety there, but he put us in a tricky position, did John.
He's looking at the pop into the left centre.
And now he carries on. I'll let him carry on. It's for the fairness of the game.
5.
And John Higgins wins this first frame. Can't fault him at all. He took the chance. He's been clinical. Even when he wasn't quite there, even when he struggled a little bit with that shot. 61 ahead, 59 remaining, and he couldn't get a pot. He played a superb safety, made sure we had a very tricky shot to get back into it. And of course, as you can see, we didn't get back into it.
He's going for the left centre here.
And John is just playing some shots for experience now, getting comfortable around the table. He's got plenty of experience, but every final, I always feel this, every final, you know, it feels like a different match. It feels like you're back to square one. And of course, the pressure that comes with a final means that it's always good just to get comfortable. And that's exactly what John Higgins is doing here.
30. 33. 37. 42.
Well, it's a full clearance from John Higgins here, albeit in 2 different breaks.
48.
But a good break of 55 there.
5.
And John Higgins
Frame, John Higgins.
clears the table and wins the first frame.
Well played.
If somebody wanted to show that
He's opened up
they're certainly a lot better than the last opponent we played,
Some pressure on his opponent.
that's the way to do it.
He'll be wanting to press home the advantage now. This next frame should be interesting.
Thank you. The second frame. John Higgins to break.
Ooh, a bit of a thick one there. Might just get away with this though. Oh, he's not going to. There's a long pot on there. And it just looks far too tempting not to take on.
He's taking it on.
It's there.
Impressive opening
Good
race.
shot.
1.
I did think it was a bit thick, that shot was.
Really well played.
And he's paid the price for it. So can we match John? Can we be as clinical as he's been? Certainly hope so. Restore this back to 1 each. The ball's certainly in the position to allow us to have a good go. Always important just to check that you're on something. Done it plenty of times before. I've just given it the benefit of the doubt. Thought, well, yeah, we're all right. And then all of a sudden, oh, we're not on the red. Takes a bit more time. You lose a little bit of fluency out of your game. Not fluidity, but it's not fluency, it's fluidity. But at the end of the day, you don't want to be too fluid. You don't want to be too aggressive and then realise, oh, we've got a problem. Especially in a match of this magnitude. Again, some people would say, well, it's only the bleeding Gibraltar Open final. Now, I don't know if that pink's going to back on its spot if we pot it here, because if it doesn't, we've got a nice opportunity on the red, but it's a classic case of it probably will do. So I guess we just position for the one that's definitely not going to be hindered should it go back on its spot. Issue is, I suppose, is if it goes back to that position. I very much doubt it will. I think it should just go back on its spot, but we'll soon know.
19.
Yep, goes back on its spot, so that's absolutely fine for this red we were targeting here.
This looks pretty simple.
$20.
Don't have to come off the cushion too much yet, that's okay. Did overhit that a little bit, so I did worry about that a little.
So, this pot into the right corner.
Not as easy as they look, these. But it's there, it's okay.
He's right on top of his game at the moment.
Maybe a little bit too straight on that blue, actually. Let's play from side to get some position and just hope one goes from this end. If not, we can try and play a bulk colour and try and get some pace on the cue ball. Looks a bit precarious, to be honest. Looks like we could have made a mistake. Don't think that red next to the pink passes, does it? Guess we just try and play it as hard as we can.
A lot of power.
Just hope for the best, but...
Nicely onto a red.
well, apparently we're on a red. So, if... I'm guessing he refers to this red. But if we did miss this one, it would be down to our poor positional shots before.
I'm not sure what happened there.
And there you go. I kind of predicted it before it happened.
Robertson, 31.
We hit the snooze button a little bit there. Made it very difficult for ourselves.
6.
And it's not the clinical start we were looking for.
Down it goes.
7. $11.
And the frames can very quickly evaporate.
Nice position.
We know that in the last match we just kept chipping away at Mark Allen and
19.
the lead just got too big. John Higgins goes 2-0 up here.
Can't see any
And
problems
there's big pressure on us in frame number 3.
20.
If we don't win that frame, then
with the rest.
we need each single frame. But
Close.
John Higgins misses
but
the
not quite.
the green ball.
John Higgins, 20.
Just a delicate touch required here. Not easy.
Well, well.
Oh,
that's
well.
really surprising.
Well, it's not the sort of composure we want to show, is it, at a final?
Position on the blue ball here.
1.
That's loose. He wanted more control.
Luckily, though, Johnny has given us another chance here. A lot more scrappy this frame, but I have to say the one reason it's scrappy is because John keeps giving us a chance. Well, that's a good shot from John.
And he's played it well.
Can't argue with that.
John Higgins, 5.
Hopefully swerve our way out of this.
Well, I think he's going to attempt the swerve here.
Ooh, I mean, just look how close that was. Going to give away 5 points due to the illegal contacts, unless we just brushed the reds, but I don't think we did, yeah.
Not really the result he was after.
He's going to play on though here, John is.
Foul and a miss.
Because he can see this red,
5.
and it's a beautiful pot. And he opens things up, and we should start to be worried here. This isn't the best start at all.
1. 8.
Very classy shot there.
He's looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
Always smiling is John Higgins on this game. Whether he's on a 1-4-7 or whether he can't pot a ball. But we're going to have to suck it up. We're going to have to play a lot better in frame number 3 if we want to win this Gibraltar. It'd be a shame to come so far, do so well in that semi-final, and then succumb to John Higgins here so effortlessly, really. From us anyway, not from John. You know, John's playing well. But to be beaten so easily would be a sucker punch. We're a long way away from that yet, but if we keep playing like this, we're not going to give ourselves much of a chance. But 26 left on the table. That red means he's 27 ahead with 27 remaining. Just the colour needed then to open up a 2-frame lead. And no wonder he's smiling. That's it. Lovely pot on the black.
And that effectively shuts out his opponent in
And there's
this
certainly one player who's playing a lot better
Just the colour.
in these first 2 frames. And if you don't know who that is, I'll just draw you to the score line.
He's on the green.
37. 40. 44. 49. 55. 62. And the frame, John Higgins.
And that is the frame.
Well, that's a 2-frame lead now, and he's really starting to turn the screw on his opponent.
Must win frame this, really. Things start to get very difficult should we not win this frame. But it's certainly not match over yet. However, it's fair to say, I mean, that's a half chance, but again, it's just not worth the risk. John Higgins is not going to give us an opportunity easily, so we're going to have to work for it. That looks like a decent line. That's okay. Potentially just overhit that one slightly.
It's critical here.
He's left us a chance. Well, he doesn't usually give a chance easily, but he has left a sniff here. We tried one to this pocket before and failed, but on this attempt, that's a nice pot.
1.
Not left ourselves an easy black though.
Not
Well,
seen from Neil Robertson.
this is poor, but we've got away with it, I think.
Neil Robertson, 1.
We said it would be a tricky black, and we're putting the commentator's curse on ourselves at the moment.
Pocket.
And he can see a red.
In it goes.
1. 8.
It's just not our day so far. We're not picking the right shots. We're not taking our time.
This
I
looks
think that's the
great.
most important thing. We're realising that they're tricky shots, but we're still taking them on. And as Neil Fold says there,
14.
this is rather unusual, given the way we've been playing. And if John's as clinical as he has been, there's no way back in frame number 3.
21. 38. 35.
Break over.
John Higgins. 30.
And he's left a sitter. I have to say, I'm really surprised at that. As I've said, he's not going to give you many opportunities. So if he gives you one, my God, you take it.
What's a pop?
1.
Need to focus very hard now. And to be honest, we're already a little bit out of position.
Playing for the middle pocket.
That's too fast. It's got too much pace.
Pull a tad there.
6.
Is black gonna block this going through? I think it does, yeah. That's annoying. I've got a chance on this red though. You can see the middle pocket. Just gonna screw back to the black cushion though here if we make a mistake. Oh well. That was a shocker. Oh dear.
Neil Robertson. 6.
I don't know what's changed today, I really don't.
Half a chance.
But we weren't going to give him that much of a chance, nothing easy, and he's missed the red.
Oh, so close.
We certainly gave him a tempter, a half chance. But a shot to nothing from John Higgins, quite a clever shot there. Doesn't leave anything easy. And once again, I think if we miss this, we're going to try and put the cue ball on the black cushion. Wow, we're way off there, way off.
He'll want to try and tighten up his game a little.
That's a nice shot though, in terms of safety, but on the black. And well, he's given us an opportunity into the middle pocket. The way we've been potting our balls today though, I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't go in, but the bad luck's got to end somewhere, and that's a good pot.
Tremendous potting.
1.
We've just been, well, I think incompetence the word today. It's not unfair, I don't think. It's a rather accurate description.
Corner here.
And if any time is a time to wake up, that time is now.
He'll be looking to get back into the frame here.
8.
No real problem here.
15.
Those two reds up bulk are going to be a pain.
Right centre pocket here.
16.
Don't want to start playing with side or anything now, that just, it's too risky.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner. And in it goes.
But we've got a good chance, I think, in this frame. Don't want to burst the bubble or put the commentator's curse on again. Not ideal there. Don't want to play this one with too much pace.
Well, it goes.
Middle pockets are never forgiving. Ooh, just about drops in though.
Great technique, superb cueing.
30.
Not an easy one on the cushion, but it's really our only option. Just gonna try and feather this one in.
The right corner.
Oh, just about drops in.
Excellent shot.
You can tell when you start to get a bit lucky, can't you, with this
Really good.
funny old game of snooker. Trying to get on this red up bulk, but easier said than done.
Needs to strike this well.
Oh, we've overhit that. This could be a problem. But we couldn't use the yellow. But no, it's okay. It's not come as far as I thought it would. This cue ball.
37.
I'll try and get this one in. Very close this frame, so don't want to take any silly liberties. Red does go to that middle bed, to that pocket. That's interesting to know. To the yellow pocket. Well, the green pocket, isn't it? Not the yellow pocket. This is rather a crucial shot. Pardon me, rather a crucial shot to take on. Lovely shot, lovely connection there.
Yeah, played it well.
A little bit awkward positionally, but again, should be okay.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner.
This looks good. Good pot.
He seems full of confidence at the moment.
Don't want to start playing too quickly, but if you start to get a bit fluid, then it's worth continuing like that.
And he's taking this on.
So we're 21 ahead.
49.
This red puts us 22 ahead. And brown and yellow, and we get one back.
Nice positioning for the brown.
50.
Just concentrate on position for the yellow. That's all that matters. That looks good. Shouldn't miss this.
Not perfect position.
It's not perfect, but I wouldn't think we'd miss this. Focus on the pot.
Required.
And just the yellow required. And it's there, and we get one back. It's not the best position.
No way back into this frame before he's
I'll try and play it safety here.
56.
The success of this shot is reliant on perfect pace.
Well, we'll take that. We will take that.
Well,
If he doesn't get out of this, it should be frame over. But knowing John, he's experienced at this sort of thing. He's a very good player. And he might well get out of it. Look at this. He's certainly close. Not quite, though. Not quite.
I'm not sure what happened there, but that's a poor shot.
Foul. Neil Robertson, 4. Free ball.
Well, let's see what he chooses to do.
Well,
here.
we'll play on with the free ball. Why not? Play for the black. Not really going to matter, is it? We'll just... well, we'll be conservative here. No, we haven't potted it, but... Again, I'm not bothered. We just didn't want him to continue. So John's going to try and put us in a bit of trouble. Which really just opens us up to try and play a shot. Where's that green ball going though? Don't want it to go in. You can see this, but that's not a problem.
This is a half chance.
Don't blame him for carrying on. But it might be all over here.
It's half a chance, but a chance nonetheless.
Try and pop this up the side cushion. And that's definitely bye-bye to any chance for
3.
John Higgins here.
Neil Robertson, 3. Frame control.
So after half an hour of play, we finally get our first frame on the board. It's going to be a long match, this. I can just sense it. It's not going to be over quickly, this. As I've said earlier, we will do all of this final today. We'll stay true to the tournament format. And this looks like an half chance. I'm just tempted to take it on. It's a risky one if we miss it, but I'm just feeling in a good mood of trying to take a positive shot on. That's a good shot. Lovely.
1.
It's those sort of shots that can set us apart from our opponents. Again, taking a risk here with the blue.
Right up his street.
But it's a great pot. We're certainly a good potter.
6.
It's our position which lacks sometimes. And this isn't an easy shot. Nothing else really any easier though. I don't want to play this one with too much pace. Pink should go after this, but it's always worth giving yourself a check. Not an easy shot though, but it's there. Good pot.
Nicely onto the colour.
Well, not the easiest pink in the world, this. I'll try and position this for the red on the cushion, but we want to be careful we don't
Drop this into the right corner.
go into the middle pocket. Oh, well. That was poor.
Neil Robertson, 7.
That's the beauty of Pro Plus, though. It's not just a potting game. We can make mistakes.
One along the cushion.
But John Higgins doesn't make one there.
Well, I'm not surprised
That's
he's
frustrating.
playing the long pot here.
It's a good shot.
6.
Luckily, though, we haven't opened up the reds ourselves as such. There's a few opportunities, but it's not all open for John. It's not a breeze. It was a tricky pink there we lined ourselves for. It was just the reluctance to
Line
play
this one up to the middle pocket.
the shot before. Didn't want to play that with too much pace. And as a result, we weren't perfect on the pink. But we decided to play it anyway. And we were so close. So close. And sometimes you'd rather be a mile away from getting the pot. Rather than that close.
11.
I'd be amazed if you could see something that goes here. They all seem to block each other. But it might be the case he might go for that one on the pink spot to the middle pocket. I could be blind.
He's playing this.
Yeah, it's playing to the middle pocket. Thought so. It's the only shot he could have took on. But with that, he opens up a few more reds. That's a clever sort of shot there.
12. 19.
Big win for either player, I think, whoever wins this. It's not one of the biggest tournaments of the season, I understand that.
Gently does it.
But for us, it'd be great. It would just solidify the progress we've made on this new aiming aid. But for John Higgins, he's won the shootout this year. You know, we've won Scottish Open, Shanghai Masters. We've certainly had a better season in terms of accolades. Whether he's got to finals and not got through, we can't be sure. We certainly know he got to the Dapperbet Masters final and didn't win. Lost there to Mark Allen. But I think John Higgins needs this a little bit more than we do. Not to be said that our commitment is off in any way. But if John Higgins loses here,
38.
it's just going to frustrate him a bit more, I think. He's doing well to hold on to that 5th place in the rankings, really. Again, as I said, just clinging on to that Tour Championship. He's won 8 tournaments so far in this career mode. 4 of them being in the last 2 years, so the 4 prior don't count towards the rankings now. I'll tell you what, he's chipping away at this target, isn't he?
Playing for the right corner here.
This needs to be a good pot, though. It is. It's a lovely pot. What's the position like? Even better.
Wonderful.
46.
But, oh, didn't quite get on it. I thought he was on that then, but wasn't on it.
46.
And, well, that's a rather annoying attempt for John, isn't it?
This is really tricky.
Try a half chance here. And it's worked. Beautiful pot. The thing is, really, I tried to play that as a safety, but I'll tell you something, it was in no way, shape or form safe whatsoever if we'd have missed that. one of these go? I think that middle one will go. Got to get positioned on it first, though. That's the problem. What about from the other end? I don't think anything goes from the other end. Obviously, apart from this one. It's loose from the pack of 3, so that might be the shot we go for. Yeah. Obviously, apart from those first few shots we had this frame where we potted the red. Must have been red, blue, red, mustn't it? We've not been in, of course, because after that one shot he played, after that pink we missed, it's been all John Higgins.
Now, can he drop this into the right corner?
Need to get bulk side of the blue, but not too far to the bulk.
What a top shot that is.
That's about right. I'll take that.
4.
I'll just try and go into these reds. Might have to use the 2 colours here. It's a risk. Oh, where's that red go? Oh, well.
That might be a very expensive.
Oh, we're going to be unlucky for any of those to go in.
Robertson, 4.
Oh, that's annoying.
5.
Really annoying now that red's gone. And because that red's off the table, John Higgins only needed that one red. And it's now 3-1 to John Higgins. Really unlucky there. We played the positive shot. Maybe a bit too positive. And unfortunately, we didn't get away with it. Would have been a really good position should we have not potted the red. Of course, we'd have had the chance to go for it ourselves. But powerless really there. It was our earlier mistake in the frame that's come back to haunt us. And John Higgins is a frame away from winning the Gibraltar Open. We need all of the remaining frames to stop John Higgins lifting that trophy. And we'll concede the frame there. 56 behind, 25 remaining. And as I say, John Higgins gets that 2-frame lead back. He only needs another one. We need another 3.
Thank you. The 5th frame. Neil Robertson to break.
But we've come back against John Higgins before. All is not lost. It's mostly been in best of 5s. I mean, sort of 2-1 behind, but the permutations are still the same. John Higgins required a frame, and we got back into the match. Going to be tricky here, though, the form John's in, but that is a good chance at the start of the frame. We don't want to start chucking ourselves at chances, though, do we? Don't want to start taking any smidgen of a chance that comes. It's not going to help anyone. But actually, we were playing for the blue there. But it turns out that we can actually go for the black. Bit of tight queuing needed here to play for the middle pocket next time round.
Well, he's taking the red on.
This is a good chance already to claw one of those frames back.
Great queuing.
I'm going to hit that one a little bit though. We're not quite playing flawless snooker at the moment. We're getting away with a few things. That's okay for a little while, but it's not so great as a match strategy.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
Just give that pink a bit of a nudge.
What a wonderful pot.
15.
Gonna have to get quite a way down towards the cushion here to have a potted chance. See, told you John Higgins is still smiling.
He's attempting to sink this into the left corner pocket.
We've probably come a bit too far actually.
He's queuing
But in this
extremely well
instance,
here.
I'd rather be a bit too far than not far enough.
Position looks good for a colour.
But it's this control we need over the cue ball.
No real problem here.
88.
To give ourselves a chance in this frame. And obviously from here, give ourselves a chance to stay in the match.
He's just looking to drop this in gently.
29.
That's a bit off, isn't it? That is a bit off positionally. We can get over to the other cushion. It's going to be awkward from there, isn't it? Most certainly. Yeah, it's a bit loose, that. It's going to be tricky to get the position from there. Again, it was a bit loose. So I think we'll take the 36 and run. You know, I'm quite happy with that. A lead in a frame is a lead. And we certainly don't leave anything easy on for John.
Excellent safety shot.
Neil Robertson, 36.
Just a bit awkward in terms of position for the Reds, so we tried to play round the black, get it onto the opposite cushion. Didn't work though, played it too hard and came too far towards the blue. Would have been too fine an angle, too thin a cut for us to really be serious about taking it on. If we had a good advantage and it was a bit of a nothing frame, then of course we'd have gone for it, but in this situation there's no chance we were going for it. But this again, it's a good chance.
This is not easy.
Oh,
No.
well, would you believe
Pretty
that?
close, though.
Would you believe
Won't
that?
provide any solace.
I thought that was a cert to go in. Really did. Well,
1.
that's John Higgins' first point of the frame. And we're now powerless. If John Higgins goes and gets the points here, we can't do anything.
9.
And that is a bit of an awkward shot if he wants to play for the black. Surely he'd be going for the pink at this point. A bit silly for us to go for that red, but I just thought, you know, it's a very good chance. Almost too good a chance.
15.
He's come a little bit too far up though here. He's going to struggle. It's a nice pot. Position's a little bit off though. He's going to have to do well to get a pot here.
16.
I think he might just play the safety shot. So we get a reprieve. It's not all over yet. Just make it ever so awkward though for us to win this frame now. Although this has got a good line. Just needed a bit more punch to have really put him in trouble there. He might try and cut this one in from the pink spot. I think in his position I'd certainly try. And it's a great pot.
1.
Once again though, not let himself brilliant on a colour.
He's on a real
Great
roll
shot
here.
though on
Great
the
striking.
blue there. You can't argue with that. A man who has outplayed us, I'll hold my hands up, has outplayed us all day so far. And that's the sort of shot, if you're in form, you can make.
7.
So 5 reds remaining here.
He'll be
What's he
fuming
played
about that.
there? That
14.
was a bit bizarre. Thought there might be a plant or something on, but certainly not. It's just a safety from John, but quite a clever safety in that it's going to be tricky for us to not leave anything on. There's certainly a half chance, but we've overplayed that massively. Surely you wouldn't think he can pot anything
Not
from
a
here.
chance, but a chance nonetheless.
But he can. Lovely. Brilliant.
1.
Just can't defend against something like that.
This is not easy.
He's been so brilliant all day. That's not such a good shot though. He might well try and get one of these in. He's going to go for this one. Playing it with pace, and that was a bit of a strange one. I think the greens actually stopped the cue ball going in, ironically. It was certainly heading towards that way. Not been our best day for long pots, but you would think this one will go in. Yep, it's there.
What a great pot.
So this frame turns on its head again. Could be anyone's this frame, and we just need to take advantage now of this opportunity. And frustrate John Higgins a little bit.
This looks pretty simple.
Seven.
He's looking at the pot into the left middle.
8.
So 11 points ahead.
This
If we keep chipping away here, we've certainly got a good chance.
14.
In a match where we've really not played to our best ability so far. But it looks like the gap is only going to be one frame. So 25 in front. After this red, just the 27 left on the table, which is just the colour needed after this red. And it's Snooker's required. And we bring one of the required 3 frames back, and it doesn't look like such a sore score there then. Really gives us a bit of a chance if we can pot this blue. Which we do. We're known for those trademark blues.
One of his strengths.
And John, even though he's lost the frame, still got a smile on his face.
28. 30.
Certainly putting up a fight here, but I did really think in that last frame it could well be all over.
Required here.
33.
So we need to win the next 2 frames, but if we can win the next one, then it comes down, much like last year, to a decider.
37.
Well, no surprises here with the long pot attempt.
Quality queuing there, really good.
42.
He's looking to drop this into the middle pocket.
Can't argue with this break, can you? Really can't. And with that black,
A brilliant clearance.
they liked that one in the crowd. They liked that one in the crowd, didn't they?
55. And the
Bring it back to 3-2 with a break of 55,
This is the frame.
and maximum of 2 frames to go here.
Do the 6th frame. John Higgins to break.
This is a big frame. And he's left a tempter on this red. Just exited the arena there, rather rudely after that break-off shot, just to go and get a drink. And now, we said before, we got a good chance.
Going for it.
Oh, we've overhit that. Positioning for the black anyway. Pot's fine.
That's an excellent opening.
It's okay though.
1.
I'll take that.
Looking to play this with a lot of power.
That's a way to open the reds off that black. Position looks good as well.
8.
And we need this. Desperately need this. Need to take this chance. Or else it's all over for us.
He's lining this up into the left centre pocket.
9.
There are 1 or 2 points so far today where I thought, well, it's all over here. Got to believe in ourselves though now. It's crucial.
He's playing for the right corner here. Great shot.
Brimming with confidence and on a bit of a roll at the moment.
Didn't really want to play with topspin there, but we were forced to. There's a whole lot about that. Doesn't help that the blue and pink are in an awkward position together there. They're certainly potable, but I don't want to take the risk of leaving ourselves just the one shot. Just have a look at these. I presume one passes another. Yeah, it does. That's fine then.
Decent position to take on a colour here.
18.
Would rather get that back on its spot, personally. Just stops any unusual situations arising.
24.
Takes any uncertainty out of this frame. And should we muck a shot up, at least we can go for that cheap blue.
25.
Get ourselves back in position. It's a small gap there. That's tempting though. Well, I say it's tempting, it's our only chance, to be honest, at position. Need to maybe look at something else here. Because, to be honest, we're not brilliantly positioned. Might have to play a bit of side. I don't really want to take the risk, though, of playing with side. We have left ourselves in a real predicament here. I think we're going to have to go for this red in the middle of the pink and the other red, but it's just such a small target to go for.
Well, no surprises here with the long pot attempt.
We've underhit it just to compensate. We'll have to see whether we've made that target. No, we haven't. Well, at least we know we've not left much on. And we'll just try and get this cue ball behind the black. We have hit that one though. And he might fancy a sniff at the middle pocket. No, he doesn't. Cue ball's more like the sniff at a middle pocket there. And that was a bizarre shot.
Pop this into the left corner pocket.
I think... surely this passed it, doesn't it? Yeah. Yep, the red does pass.
That's a top shot.
Did underhit that a little bit, thinking that the
One.
cue ball would travel a bit more. Obviously it's not going to, is it, if it's going to hit that one red. Bit of tight queuing required. And again. Oh. It's just not worked, has it? Just not worked.
Neil Robertson.
Take that though. So, 37 ahead. 90 odd left on the table. So it is really whoever gets this opportunity now that will prevail in this frame. And we're not going to give anything away easily. I don't care if it's boring snooker, just keep playing down the table towards the black. It's the safest shot. And again, he's just going to keep tapping it back towards the bulk.
The safety and aiming to
But we play extravagant snooker more than enough. We don't need to play any more than that when we need to. We are pretty much at the hour mark now, so I hope you're enjoying. But there we go, there's the mistake from John Higgins.
Neil Robertson, 7.
There is the mistake. Has he got away with this? Has he got away with it? Has he got away with it? Might have been a bit hasty in getting him to in playing on here. Gonna play a shot to nothing.
Tricky pot, no doubt.
This looks about on the money. They're gonna play a shot to nothing though. Try and get this cue ball up bulky if it fails.
So close,
Oh
but he's missed
well.
it. That'll annoy him.
That's not bad though. Again, it gives him a chance I suppose, but it's not too bad.
Tough shot coming up.
What a wonderful pot. 1.
Can't forgive us for trying though. Can't knock us for trying, not forgive us. You can't knock us for trying there. Really thought there was a chance.
6.
But is this now John Higgins' chance to go and win the match?
He's aiming
Just
for
from
the
being a little bit hasty, thinking, oh, well, he's not got out of it. He's made a mistake. And we thought there was a pot on, but amazingly there wasn't. Can he make the most of this? I'm fearing for the worst here.
17.
Don't quite know what he's played here, though. He's going to need a good pot from somewhere. Going to need a few good shots, to be honest, to make this work. I can only think this red to the
This won't be easy.
top pocket. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Can't argue with them.
23.
But just a safety here from John.
John Higgins.
And a safety, which hasn't worked. Just not going to play with much commitment at all in terms of
Tricky shot
pace. But it's there.
That's just
Good pot.
magnificent.
Position's not brilliant though.
here. Position looks very good here. He's
Oh,
playing
well.
it very well.
It's actually not turned out to be too bad. The trouble is I'm not too fond of that black position there. So I'm going to play for the blue.
Not surprised he's taking on the
Again, a
long
bit of
one.
a shot to nothing. Give ourselves a half chance if we miss, if we pot it. But if we miss, I don't think we've given John Higgins any sort of
Neil Robertson.
easy chance here. Could be wrong.
By this red.
And again, just a little bit too hasty from us, and John pots it. Ah!
1.
Why did we not just play the safety there? We weren't comfortable with the pot, were we? And I really think that's just one too far. I think that's one step too far from us there. One bad shot too far. If he doesn't take this chance, I'd be really surprised. Ah, that's annoying. It's our own doing though. Certainly this frame, it's our own doing. John's not been the best of form
16.
in this frame, and we've given him the opportunities to get back to that, given him the chances. So we've only got ourselves to blame
He just
to
wants
hold our hands up.
into the middle pocket.
Say, well, that's our fault. And for the first time in this frame, if he pots the black, he'll go ahead. There could be a twist, potentially, but I can't see it. I think John Higgins has won this. Fair and square as well. So that black,
Nicely positioned
Here.
for the black.
that puts him 10 head with 27 left on the table.
Just the colours now.
Just the colours to go. He's more than used to this. Again, I wouldn't expect a mistake. Wouldn't expect another shot here.
7.
And he's 15 ahead.
To leave his opponent.
This
requiring
brown-
snookers.
Leaves us requiring snookers.
41.
And I think from that, we're not going to get another shot. The blue's there.
6.
He's just going to play the safety on the pink. Well, we might as well carry on.
John Higgins. 46.
Just try and whack it and hope for the best. No, it's going to leave a pot on though, isn't it? We might as well let him have his joy.
That's a shocker.
I know, it's a bit of a hit and hope though. We might as well let him have his joy. That pink confirms it. And unfortunately, for the second year in a row, We're the princess. We're not the bride.
30.
We lose in the Gibraltar Open by 4 frames to 2. That's a real shame.
That's the win. What a final. What a match.
But, you know, I think John Higgins was the better man on the day. We could all see that. Highest break of 62. A really scrappy match. It's great when they're like that, but, you know, we didn't deserve it, ultimately. John was the better player. He was clinical, but when John wasn't on his best form, when he wasn't so clinical, we gave him chances to be. And if you give your opponent too many chances, much like in that last frame, you suffer. And, well, not much we can do about that. The 2022 champion, then, unfortunately, is not ourselves, but it is a third different man in the space of 3 years. It's John Higgins. Luca Brasaldo with the High Break Award, probably against us, I would guess. And our tournament earnings of 12,000 move us up a place in the rankings. But this is a big tournament, isn't it? The Coral Tour Championship. Of course, we haven't qualified for that. We move above Dave Gilbert in the rankings. That's not really affected much, has it, there? In terms of the rankings. Don't think so, anyway. No. We've gone up a place, though. So, the Coral Tour Championship. Who's going to win it? We'll find out now. Who's going to win it? John Higgins won it last year. Mark Selby's a safe bet to have won it in Season 1. And the finalists, Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins. This would be massive for either player. And it's John Higgins. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. And we moved down that place again because, of course, we did qualify for that tournament in Season 1. But what a win that is. What a win that is for John Higgins. Puts him in the £1 million club. Certainly spaces himself from Ronnie O'Sullivan. But it's a final for Ronnie. That helps him out as well. I can't argue with that. We moved back, unfortunately, because of that Tour Championship. We did qualify for that in Season 1. But John Higgins, 2 tournaments in 2. Can he potentially start to do something? Who knows? But we are going to play in this Snooker Championship League. I'm a bit hesitant. I don't know whether long matches are going to be left best of 9s. We'll see, I suppose. It's a best of 5. And in our first match, we're playing against Ding Junhui. No idea who's going to be in our group. We know Ding's in there, and we'll play against him in the next episode. We might do 2 matches an episode, depending on how I feel and how things go. But this is just really a tournament where, you know, we've certainly got a chance the way we've played. Not maybe today, but in some of the matches preceding today's match, we've played well. And certainly gives us a chance to get into the groove coming up to the 2 big tournaments in China and then the World Snooker Championship. But it all depends who's in our group. I think there's 6 matches, and that first one is against Ding Junhui, the Dragon. Well, unfortunately, it's not quite happened for us today. We've not been able to add that Gibraltar Open to our trophy cabinet, but we've got to the final twice. You can't argue against that too much, can you? But until the next time, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in a few days for the start of the Championship League. But until then, enjoy your day. Make sure you enjoy the World Championship Snooker. I certainly am at the moment on the TV. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.